So as continuing from where Sanghmitra ma'am left, so this program, if we talk about, it's your main strategic revision, right? It's not like a test series. It's not, we cannot equate it with just a classroom teaching, one-sided classroom teaching. We are planning a very novel program for you where we are focusing on, your content, right? Like ma'am said, a crisp content. So like I was saying, we are focusing on a crisp content. Then we are focusing on your answer writing. So if we see today, there is no dearth of content in the market, right? Every day new PDF, some other book gets released, some PDF gets released, right? So there is lot of information available in the market. You need to filter it and you have to recognize that how I can use it in your answer writing, right? Because see, this is a competitive exam. You are giving your group 1 exam, it's a competitive, you're not preparing for your graduation, you're not getting any degree out of it. Even if you are reading a 1-page topic also, or even if you are reading newspaper or you're reading some PDF, your basic aim is answer writing, right? So we are combining these two components, that content which will help you in your answer writing, because at the end our main aim is that you should be able to write answers, right? And thirdly, what we are doing is, we will also be giving certain value addition to get that extra half a mark, 1 mark from other person, right? We will tell you how to include certain flowcharts, certain diagrams, or we will give some ready-made introductions, some ready-made conclusions also, so that your work becomes easy. So it's a strategic revision program where we will make sure that every word which is explicitly given in the syllabus, every part of that syllabus is covered in the class, it is exam oriented, and when you are the class is getting over, when you go back home, you have that fulfillment that I learned something new and I can now directly answer the questions, right? Now if you see, so many exams are packed up, many of you might be giving your UPSC also, your APPSC Group 2 is also there, then other state exam TSPSC is also there, so the time is very less, right? So we are trying to give you certain short material, revise it in the class and make you write answers in the class itself, so that your time is saved, right? And also one benefit is that when you are covering, say if I talk about essay and ethics, which I will be taking, lot of the things are overlapping and almost similar with your UPSC also and other state exams also, right? So your time will be shortened a lot. You attend the class here and we will be delivering lectures in such a manner that when you go back, it will be very easy to write an answer, which is our basic aim of this program, right? Are we getting this? Right? So these 3 things we will be focusing in the class. Now, if I move on to your essay paper. So now through the years, it has been seen, and even in recent last 2 mains it has been seen, that essay has been a kind of a weak point for most of the aspirants, right? People are not even getting your 60 marks out of 150, right? So it has become a weak point for the aspirants, that something which is very easy, very less preparation is needed for essay, still there, very less scoring, people are not getting that much marks which can be yielded from this area, right? So in our classes we will see how we will have to maximize the score here, right? So that our good amount of, say 80 marks at least or 90 marks we can get from here, right? At least, right? You can go further also in your essay paper, but at least this area which is very easy. And as we proceed with the lectures, you will realize your content will come from your GS part only, right? So we will see how to use that content, how to write a better essay and how to score here. With less amount of your hard work, more score can be converted in your essay paper, right? So now if we talk about essay, I'll just give briefly that there will be 3 sections are there. Have you seen the syllabus? So 3 sections are there, 50 marks each, your essays are coming. And in the syllabus, they have given that okay, the essays will be ranging from the topics of your current affairs, your socio-political, socio-economic, socio-environmental, essays related to your civic awareness, and lastly the reflective thoughts. Right? So these are certain topics they have given. So in our classes, for each point or each these topics which are given there, we will be discussing varied range of essays, right? We will not be just focusing on one thing. We will be going in a very planned manner that if we are discussing say your current affair related essays, we will be doing good enough of your 10 essays, 12 essays with respect to your current affairs only. Then we will move on to your socio-political and other essays like this, so that every genre of your essay is covered nicely. So that when you go in your exam, you are not confused which essay to choose. You will have a lot of option available to you because you have covered all the topics very nicely. Right? So we will make sure that varied varieties of essays are covered so that you score more, and also that fear goes away that I don't know which type of topic might come, right? Or if I will have enough content with it, right? And we will be discussing in a very novel way that your GS content can be used in your essay itself, right? Then if you go through the syllabus, one thing please make sure before you start preparing for any kind of exam, please go through the syllabus. Read each and every word very carefully, right? There lies the key to score more, right? And if you go through the essay paper, they have very specifically written certain points. They have told that your essay should have coherence and it should be sequential, right? So when I talk about coherence, and the content should be sequentially arranged, right? So it means that there has to be proper logic in your essay and proper order has to be there, right? Your line of thought has to be arranged in a very good manner. You cannot have haphazard arrangement of your thoughts, that point 1 you are criticizing something and next you are giving some positive points and again you are criticizing, right? So the syllabus itself has very clearly said that okay, your marks will be for your coherence and your sequentially arranged content. Today go back and go through the syllabus. A very large amount of knowledge you can get, right? You can know about your expectations of the examiner through your syllabus only. Just read the instructions what they have given, right? So now we will learn how to have this coherence, how to sequentially arrange your thoughts. We will be doing brainstorming in the class itself for the essay, so that when you go for your mains examination, that line of thought itself, you are very clear that this topic will be there, my line of thought will be along this line, right? You won't waste time there 15 minutes, 20 minutes just first thinking which points I should be writing. So all these things we will be covering in your essay class, right? Then another thing which is given in the syllabus is that a well argued piece of writing. All these things I am taking from the syllabus. That is why in every class, whichever class I take, I always stress, please go through the syllabus, right? So well argued piece of writing. So now when they are saying well argued piece of writing, it means that there has to be a 360-degree analysis. You cannot give a biased view in your essay, right? There has to be arguments from all the sides, and when you are giving arguments, there has to be some validation through your arguments, through your examples, or any statistic which might be there in the newspaper, or any current affair news might be there. So it should be very well argued, right? You cannot write something in vacuum where you do not have anything to support that particular thing, and also you cannot write a biased piece of writing where you just give one side of the view, that okay, if the essay, say for example, is about your criminalization of politics, say for example, right? It's not just you will write just one side that okay, these are the problems with respect to criminalization, but you also have to talk about how to end this particular evil in our election systems, right? So very well argued piece which closes everything at the end. So this art of writing essays we will learn through the classes, right? We will be doing brainstorming in the class. We will see that there are different genres of essays, how every genre has to be dealt with, right? What will be the difference if the essay is with respect to your socio-environmental issue, how your writing will differ. If it is about your reflective thought, how your arrangement of your content might become different, right? All these things will be covered, right? Then other minor things which are given in this syllabus is that you have to be grammatically correct, right? These things I have seen in people that, see, you do not need to write very flowery English in your paper. They are not expecting that you are poets or you're writing some book or something. They are expecting very simple language, right? But provided that is grammatically correct, spelling should not be wrong, right? Grammar should be correct. So these small things, if you keep in mind, if there is a proper coherence, if there is a proper sequence, right? Grammatically you are correct, you are arguing very well, there is no one who can stop you from scoring the 90 marks. That I can assure you, right? I have mentored many students with respect to essay, and they have followed all the techniques and they have scored good marks. Right? So if you follow these patterns which we'll be doing in the class, you will get more marks, because right now people are not scoring, people are not getting interview calls because of your essay thing. So if you are not even scoring 20 marks in one essay, so it means there is something very wrong about it, right? So we need to have a proper change in the manner in which we are writing the essay, right? We will be doing various things through which you can make that 50-mark essay very interesting to read, right? We will try to see how this essay is very different from your GS writing, right? You cannot write the similar writing style which you are doing in your GS in your essay also. It has to be very different, right? So all these nuances of your essay writing we will be covering in the class, right? So it will not be a one-sided overload of your information that I'll come here and teach you, okay, this is the topic and this is the key. We will be doing proper brainstorming, we will be doing proper discussions, right? People will be telling the examples also, right? What they are thinking about the topic and around which lines they have to think about this particular topic. And in the class itself, we will cover good amount of essays that from those only related something might come in the paper. At least one essay might be there, because we will be discussing very wide range of essays, right? And the score will help you get an interview call also. Your essay will be the a standing point in your entire main score mark sheet, right? Are we clear here? Anybody has a doubt, please ask. Yes? Any doubt? And whatever techniques we are doing here, it might help you in your UPSC also, right? How many of you are giving your UPSC also, preparing for UPSC? Okay, there are many students. So again, like I said, whatever techniques you are learning here, it will shorten the time when you prepare for some other examination also, right? Okay. So this is something about your essay, and rest the things we will be discussing, and you will get certain content also with respect to essay. Essay usually what is another weak point is there, not much content is available, and whatever keys are available or books which are available, they are not up to the mark, right? They're writing very bland essays, right, which are not very relevant to the examination, and marks which people are scoring from those books are very average. So we don't want to aim for average marks, we want to move ahead of those average marks, get a better score. An essay is one thing that very little hard work is required, right? If you see the GS paper, so much syllabus is there, right? So many topics are there. Even if you pick up your ethics paper, there is governance is also there, polity is also there, law is also there, right? So again, that paper, if we compare with essay, there are just 6 genres of topics they have given. We learn the the art of writing those pieces, right? We learn how to arrange the content, and your work is done, right? In fact, in the classes itself, your work will be done and you won't need something extra, not even content or not even the any other question also. Everything, the class will be very comprehensive, right? Are we clear about the essay part? Okay. So now moving on to the ethics. So if we talk about ethics, so people who are preparing for UPSC also, almost directly the same syllabus they have included in this paper also, right? Almost all the subject barring 2-3 topics, everything is there. Now the thing about ethics is, although it is just one part of that particular paper, you have constitution, you have polity, you have law also in that paper, but the subtopics are a lot. Right? So there is, if we divide the topics, there is first section is about ethics, its meaning, its consequences, right? Then relation between your private and your public ethics. Then there are about your, even that topic, there's just one single topic is given, that lessons from your moral philosophers from India and the world. Now it seems to be a one single topic, but underneath that we will need a lot of content. We will have to cover all the philosophers. Right? So this content, which is right now ethics, if you see, it's very scattered, right? You cannot rely on one book, and I don't think so there is one single source which I can refer to you that okay, go and read the ethics from there, right? There is no such source. But I have my own notes which I have prepared, very comprehensive notes, every term which is given in the syllabus, every topic which is there, subtopic is there, very comprehensive notes are available with me which will be given to you in the class, right? Class will be mostly in the form where you will focus on understanding the concept. Content you will get, you don't have to worry about the content, you just have to sit here and understand the topics whichever are being taught. Content you will get afterwards, the PDF will be given to you. So very comprehensive notes you will be getting. Every single topic will be covered very elaborately, and one USP is that we will be including lot of examples in your ethics paper. In fact, I have prepared one PDF also, a 20-30 page PDF is there which is just for examples. So I have named that PDF ethics by examples. So every topic which is given there, I have included examples. I have included examples of good bureaucrats. I have included examples from your epics, from Ramayana, from Mahabharata, how your lessons from your ethics can be learned from there. Right? So this will be USP, that we will not just focus on the theory part. Right? We will connect it with the example also. We will see the modern time relevance also. Right? That how, if we are covering something, right, say if we are covering a theory of utilitarianism in your ethics part, we will cover these things, right? How we can apply this in your modern times, how it can be applied in your public administration. If we are covering emotional intelligence, it is a part of the syllabus, how we can apply in the administration, how example can be quoted that okay, this civil servant, he was emotionally intelligent and how he used that emotional intelligence to manage a crisis. Right? So all these things we will be doing in the class, proper content will be there. And also we will be discussing the PYQs. In the essays also we will be discussing. So our aim would be, first we will cover the content part, we will do the theory, we will do the examples. The next, the last half an hour we will focus on the PYQs, that okay, we have read about say emotional intelligence, or we have read about your probity. Now this was the previous year question. Now how do you apply your knowledge which we have learned, and how you write an answer, how you write an introduction, which type of points you will include in the body of your answer, and then lastly how you will conclude this. So all these things will be covered in the class only, right? And at the end of the class, when you go back home, you will feel very satisfied that my time has been saved. I don't need to again open the book, I don't need to, again go through the questions. Whatever questions are there, at least all the PYQs will be covered, and apart from PYQs also, some questions will be given to you. You go back home, you attempt those questions. Next day you come to me after the class, get it checked, right? So you can have a one-to-one interaction, because sometimes what happens in class, sometimes you are a little shy or you're not very sure that if you're asking the right question. Although I always encourage, even if it is the silliest of question, please ask in the class, right? Because that interaction increases your understanding ability in the classroom itself. But still, if you're not comfortable, after the class you can ask me any number of times that okay, this topic is not clear, how to approach this, or I have seen this question from say any website or any test series, how to attempt this question, right? So I will be available after the class also. So we are giving a very comprehensive program where apart from teaching, there is answer writing orientation, there is proper content, and also you will be provided with value addition, and at the end your time will be saved. When so many exams are lined up in the next few months, you will not have to waste your time in picking up different books, right, or picking up different test series, right? You can just attend the classes and you are good to go to you can write any answer, right? And like ma'am said, first this part has to be strong, your content and understanding. Then you move on to tests. What now is happening, there will be so many test series launched, right? So if you don't have the understanding of the concept, even if you join any test series, you are wasting your time, you are wasting your money, right? First understand the concept, and if the concepts are clear, and in the class itself when we are telling you that this is the right way to write an answer, you might not even need a test series, right? So first focus on understanding and getting the right content, getting that crisp content, and this crisp content will be very useful for your revision also, right? So all these features will be there in our strategic revision program, right? It's a very novel program because test series, there is a lot of test series available in the market, but we want to go a step further. We want to include a classroom teaching, plus try to tell you that okay, this is the best way to write an answer so that your scores can be maximized, right? We will be responsible for improving your answer writing, right? You write answers, we will be there to check, right? And like ma'am said, we have a very good lineup of the teachers are there, right, who have actually given these exams, right? You will get a very filtered knowledge. You don't have to scramble through multiple books or go through multiple videos or notes. We are there to give you a very filtered knowledge which is very exam oriented, which will save your time, right? Any doubts here? Okay.